Hello, I'm Duncan, and this is a dunking of the Imitation Game. Starring Bennedict Cumberbatch, this £15 million film tells the tale of Alan Turing, arguably one of the most important men to have ever lived. He not only invented the modern computer, he shortened the Second World War by approximately 3 years and saved so many lives that if 100 people watch this video, one of you will have been saved without him even noticing it. Now, the film itself ties together 3 periods of Alan's life. You've got his boarding school days. Naturally, it focuses mostly on his work during the Second World War and cracking of the Enigma code. And it also features a little bit about the end of his life in the 50s. Now, to me, this feels rather short. It's only about 114 minutes. Personally, I'd have liked to see it about 2.5 hours to give it time to breathe. It feels more like a series of short films than one consistent film. I think the tying together device of a police interview in the 50s doesn't particularly work. I don't know how I would have tied it together, but I would have done something differently. I also think, with the exception of Bennedict Cumberbatch's performance as Turing, he's probably going to get an Oscar nod, if not the Oscar itself. Everyone else is just playing who they normally play. You want an English Rose? Here's Keira Knightley. Someone morally dubious? Here's Mark Strong. A gruff leader type? Here's Charles Dance, fresh off of Game of Thrones. The whole thing feels tame and rather sanitized. There's no real sense of the stakes, of how much effort it put in, and the absolute disgrace, the national disgrace of what happened to Turing at the end of his life. Thankfully, he's been granted a royal pardon, which personally I don't think should have happened, because he should never have been convicted of something that should never have been a crime. And whilst I feel that Alan Turing's life deserves a film, this is not the film. Turing is portrayed brilliantly by Cumberbatch. This is the definitive performance of Alan Turing, but it's sanitized, it's tame, it's the sort of thing that you make if you don't want to upset your grandmother. And I just think that Bennedict Cumberbatch's performance should have been in a darker, grittier film. So, sorry, skip this one in the cinema. Check it out when it's on TV one evening, or read one of the books that's coming out now about Turing's work. I'm going to leave you with a quote from the New York Times, because they did the most spectacular review. I'm just going to read a short bit from it. This is rated PG-13. Parents strongly cautioned. Illicit sex, cataclysmic violence, and advanced math. Most of it mentioned rather than shown. So be aware, this film contains maths. I'm Duncan, and this is a dunking.